Okay, our first question is, let me see if they're in order. I think they're in order. Yeah, 3 of y'all have sent the same question. And here's another 3 that have sent the same question. 1.49. 1.494. So this is 1.4. Question 9 in the book. Number 4 online. I think Miss Wiggins, I think you sent this, is it Wiggins or Higgins? I don't see her. I don't think, wait a minute, is she here today?
It's Wiggins.
Wiggins, you sent this one and asked, where is the Ask My Instructor? You just got to pull up the, hold on, right here. It's under More Help. Right here, get more help. Well, it didn't show up. Oh, there's the Ask My. Well, when I went into your homework, Miss Wiggins, and I looked at this problem, I hit help, get more help, and it said send Ask My Instructor. Now this one's not saying that. I don't understand that. Well, I got it anyway. This is your question, Miss Wiggins. All right, so here we go. What does it say? I don't care what it says. Let's write down the point. -5 and -6 and -3 and -7. I don't care what the directions say because I'm going to do kind of a review section here with this problem. There's 3 things you can do with these points. All right. One thing you can do is you can plot them. So the first thing you can do is plot them. The second thing you can do is calculate the slope. Third thing you can do is find an equation. Now, since we are reviewing, we're in our second week, our third week, and we're still reviewing. I'm going to do all 3. So here is the plot. -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -3, 1, 2, 3, and -7 will be right there. So we've got a line that looks like that. And they want to know slope. Sometimes they'll ask for the slope. Sometimes they'll want the equation. We're going to do both. So that's number 1. Number 2, M is equal to delta Y over delta X, the change in Y over the change in X. And that's going to equal Y sub 2 minus Y sub 1 over X sub 2 minus X sub 1, which is parentheses minus parentheses over parentheses minus parentheses. Which way do we read? Okay, which way do we read in America? We read which way? For 18 years, which way have y'all read?
Left to right.
Left to right, unless you're from the Middle East. Allah Akbar, Masalama. I said that one time, I don't know if I told y'all this, but I had a student complain to my department head that I was being racist. And the department head said, what did Mr. McClure say? I don't know. So my department head said, well, how do you know he was being racist? Well, he said something in Arabic. God almighty. Yeah, I said, God is great. Walk in peace or go in peace. That's what I said. And that's racist. All right, so X sub 1, Y sub 1, X sub 2, Y sub 2. Actually, they taught us that before I went to Saudi Arabia, so we would have something to say if somebody walked up to us. And we would say that, and that's what we were taught to say. All right, so anyway, there is left to right. Plug and chug. So 7, -7, and -6, and -3, and -5. And -7 plus 6 is -1. And -3 plus 5 is 2. So M is equal to -1/2. Now, if you got that wrong, I guarantee you didn't have your parentheses, because if you had your parentheses, you would see that these two negatives right here turn into a what? They turn into a positive. And these two negatives right here turn into a positive. But if you didn't have your parentheses, you wouldn't have known that. So now we need to find an equation. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to M times X minus X sub 1. And that is the point slope equation. You need a point. I'm going to pick -5, -6. And slope is equal to -1/2. And this is X sub 1. This is Y sub 1. Plug and chug and simplify. So go ahead and do that. Give y'all a second to get in front of me. Take those numbers, plug and chug into this, and simplify for Y. I'm going to move this up a little bit. So Y minus parentheses is equal to parentheses times X minus parentheses. If you walk up to me 10 years from now, and you just ask me to do a problem like this, am I going to use those parentheses? Yes, I've used those parentheses ever since I was in Clemson. Okay? You have to say Clemson like those ESPN people, because if you say Clemson, that means you're one of these Southerners down here. You can't say Clemson. You got to say Clemson. I say Clemson. So anyway, I started using those parentheses way back. And you know what? They have never failed me. Some of y'all, of course, don't need them because you already know everything. But some of you might need them because you don't know everything. And it helps tremendously. So I'm going to put a -6 here, and a -1/2 right here, and a -5 here. And that's going to give me y plus 6 is equal to -1/2 x plus 5/2. And y is equal to -1/2 x plus 5/2 minus 12/2. And y is equal to -1/2 x. 5 minus 12 is what? -7/2. And that is the equation of that line that we drew a while ago. Question, gripe, complaint.
If you entered the -7/2, and would it be fine as a fraction, or would you have to change it to decimal?
Always use fractions. if you start using decimals, you have to start using the calculator. So always keep them fractions. Okay? And that should be your answer. I don't know what they're even asking for in the problem. The equation of the line, y is equal to, I'm going to use y, is equal to negative 1/2 x minus 7/2. Ooh, that's incorrect. So I must have done some math wrong somewhere. Oh, I think I did. Well, 12/2 is 6. Let me see what I did wrong. Hold on. I must have done something wrong. Okay, -5. -6 goes here. -5, that's x plus 5. Negative x. Wait a minute. Ooh. That'd be a -5/2. And that would be -17/2. Dropped a sign, sorry. -17/2. I'm okay as long as I found it. Right now I'm trying to find my question. There we go. About a 17 right there. There we go. And we feel good about ourselves. So we don't have to wear sunglasses in the building. All right. Now, somebody sent another one, and since this is a good test question, we're going to do the other one. And I think, Miss Wiggins, I think this is yours, the one I sent to myself. So I'm going to do that one. And that way you'll have 2 of these for your test. Okay, so same number, different numbers though, probably. Yeah, you don't have it here. But on your homework, when I looked at it, Miss Wiggins, it had, under here, it had ask my instructor. So I don't know what's going on. All right, try this one. I'll write it down for those who can't see it. -5, -9, and -3, -2. All right, I want you to plot it. I want you to find the slope, and I want you to find the equation. I'll give you 3 minutes. It's 10:01 right now. Give you 3 minutes to work on it. And if you can't do it, we'll just write you down as a failure and probably drop you from the class. We'll kick you out of the class. Can't do it. And then after we kick you out of the class, we'll make fun of you. How about that? Oh, we got 26 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. I believe we got one person missing on the video. I don't see everybody on the video. So if you got your video off, please turn it back on, please. There's somebody missing. Please don't make me go through the list. Please turn your videos on. Now, I do need to mention something while y'all are working. Let me see if I can find that email. If you are on campus, if you're on one of the campuses and you need a room to call from, the following rooms, let me find that email. The following rooms can be used for virtual classrooms. I know one of them, AC, Anderson Campus 137, is the campus, is the room you can use. Well, hell, I can't even, let's see, where is that email? I think it's rooms. I'll have to look for it. I'll have to find it and give it to you later. I can't find it right now. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one. And -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -3, 1, 2, 3, -2. We've got a positive slope now. And make sure -5, -9, -3, -2. So M is equal to delta Y over delta X, which is equal to Y sub 2 minus Y sub 1 over X sub 2 minus X sub 1. And we read from left to right, X sub 1, Y sub 1, X sub 2, Y sub 2. Plug and chug. -2, -9, -3, -5. -2 plus 9 is 7. -3 plus 5 is 2. So M is equal to 7/2. And point -3, comma -2. Why did I pick -3, -2? I could have picked -5 and -9. Why did I pick -3 and -2? Why would I pick those two numbers over these two? They're smaller numbers, they're easy to work with, Hubert. That's right, class. Good job. Always pick your smaller numbers. So Y minus Y sub 1 is equal to M times X minus X sub 1. Y minus parentheses is equal to parentheses times X minus parentheses. And 7/2 goes here. And this is -3. And that's -2. So Y plus 2 is equal to 7/2 X plus, let's see, that's going to be a plus, that's going to be 21/2. And then I'm going to bring 4/2 over, be a minus 4/2. So Y is equal to 7/2 X And then 21 minus 4 is 17 halves. So that means it's going to cross up here somewhere. That's about what? 2, we're going to 17. That's about 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to cross somewhere up there. Now, those are 2 good test questions. You can bet your bottom dollar. Actually, there's 3 because, or there's 2 on each one because they can ask you 6 possible test questions. They can ask you to graph it. They can ask you to find the slope, calculate the slope, and they can ask you to find the equation. So that is 6 good test questions. Chances are they'll ask you to do what the homework says, find the equation, chances are. Question.
Professor,
Yes.
when will the test be? Will it be this weekend?
I have no idea.
Or that?
Mr. Turner, when do you look for the test? Okay, hold up your outline right now. Hold up your outline.
Okay, give me a second.
You got your outline with you?
For the course outline, the one that I printed
where's
off.
the outline? Hold it up. I want you to.
I did not have it.
Hold it up.
I did not have
Why
it.
ain't you holding it up? Come on, hold it up. Why ain't you holding it up?
Does it look good?
Oh, you don't have it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Surprise, huh?
You don't have it.
I have it, just not on me.
You ain't got it with you. When does it say we have the unit test, Mr. Turner? You're tough. You can take it.
Say it again.
When does the outline say we have the test?
After all our units are done on
After
here.
2 point what?
You
still haven't got it, have you?
No, I haven't. I can't really.
What did I tell y'all was the most, okay, class, what did I tell y'all was the most important handout in all the handouts that I passed out to you?
The outline.
And what did I tell you needed to do when you get the outline? Print it out and put it in your what? Notebook. Mr. Turner, where is your outline? Okay. The proper response is like Paris Island. The recruit don't know, sir. The recruit will get back with you, sir. Okay. So you say, Hubert, I'll get back with you on that. Okay. And when you do print it out like you were supposed to do the first week of class, you look and see when we have the Unit 1 test. Okay. It's after 2.4. When we get to 2.4, that's when you need to worry about a test.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's all right. You can take it. You're tough. All right. Let's go back to the homework and take that one out.
I have a quick question.
And now we've got 1.4. Somebody sent 3 of these. 1.415. Oh, we got one up here. 1.35. I believe that's just been sent. 1.35. That's okay. I'm glad you sent it. 1.35/4. So it's like number 5 in the book. It's like number 4 online. So here we go. Is it a test question? Yes. Find the slope of the line. Here we go. So we got a point at 2 and 2. -1 and what is that? 4? -1 and 4? -4? So there's my line. Y'all see it. I'm not going to, mine looks terrible compared to this. So we've got a point at -1 and -4. And we've got a point at 2 and 2. And this is x sub 1, y sub 1. This is x sub 2, y sub 2. And they want to know the slope. Delta y over delta x, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, which is parentheses minus parentheses over parentheses minus parentheses. And this is plug and chug. 2, -4, 2, -1. And that's going to give you 2 plus 4, which is 6. And then 2 plus 1, which is 3. So the slope is 2. I am coughing, but I guess it's good. I'm not coughing up a lung, so that means I've just got sinus drainage, I guess. I don't sound like I'm coughing up half a lung like those Marlboro Red people. Woo! And that should be the answer. That's a good test question. All right, let's do a nerd. That takes care of that one. How about, this is the one somebody sent 3 of. So let's see. I'll just pick the middle one. I already picked Miss Wiggins. I'll pick Miss Cruz. So 1.4, 15, 6. So this is like 1.4, 1.4, 15/6. So this is like number 15 in the book and number 6 online. Now, why do I keep referring to book? Well, some of you have a printed out book, or some of you have a book. And if you look in the homework on 1.4 in the book, you'll see a number 15. This one looks like number 15. It also looks like number 6 online. So I'm just giving you that information. I had somebody email me one time after the first day of class. We were going over homework. Do we have to do the homework in the book? Didn't listen. The only assignments you have are where? On what? My lab's math. I wish I would read the handouts. All right, so 15/6, here we go. It says, given the condition passing through point. Okay, we went over one of these in class. The function is 7x minus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. And they give us a point, -1 and 5. Y'all remember when I did this, I set it up as perpendicular and parallel. So that way you'll know how to do both. So I'm going to set it up like that.
You have a work email.
7x, somebody's bitching about something, minus 3y is equal to 4. And I'm going to put parallel here, -1 and 5. And perpendicular here, -1 and 5. Y'all remember me doing this, and I did both, and I told you that I show you both, but you'll only be asked for one. Y'all remember me telling y'all that? Okay, somebody give me a nod or a thumbs up, or okay, y'all remember me telling you that? Okay, thank you. I know that communication is very difficult. I know it's hard. You just have to shake your head. Yeah, it's hard stuff. All right, so let's go ahead. First thing we do is solve this for y. So negative 3y is equal to negative 7x plus 4. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. And y is equal to 7/3 x minus 4/3. And right away I go m sub 1, or m, is equal to 7/3. And then that tells me parallel. What is the law of parallel lines considering the slope? Somebody tell me. Remember I gave you your 6 point right here. Yeah, I'm going to throw it back in your face. 6.6 handouts right here. See there? What does the last page say about slopes? About when you're doing parallel and perpendicular lines? Right here. What do parallel lines have?
The same slope.
So therefore, since I read my handout and printed it out, what is m sub 1 going to be equal to for parallel lines? If my slope is 7/3, what's this slope going to be for parallel? Okay, let's go back. We're going back to
7/3.
7/3. Thank you. And I will set up another color. Let's go with a orange. And this is parallel. Let's go back to the handy dandy. Somebody tell me what the slopes do with a perpendicular. What do the slopes do with a perpendicular line?
They're reciprocal.
Oh, not only the reciprocal, but what? Opposite what?
Opposite signs.
Opposite signs. So that would be m sub 2 is negative 3/7. So you got a point and a slope. You're going to use what? Point slope equation, Hubert. That's right, class. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. All right, plug and chug. Give y'all a minute. So y minus parentheses is equal to parentheses times x minus parentheses. Y minus parentheses is equal to parentheses times x minus parentheses. And 5 goes here. 7/3 goes here. And negative 1 goes there. 5 goes here. Negative 1 goes here. And negative 3/7 goes there. And now you just solve for y. Y minus 5 is equal to 7/3 x plus 7/3 and this is 15 thirds. So we're going to add 15 thirds. And y is equal to 7 thirds x plus 22 thirds. And that is the line, equation of the line that's parallel to this line that goes through the point -1 and 5. Y minus 5 is equal to -3/7 x. That's a negative, that's going to be a plus, so it's going to be -3/7. And this is 35/7, so that's going to be plus 35/7. And y is equal to -3/7 x. What, 32 plus 32? Yeah, plus 32/7. And that is the line that's perpendicular to this line that goes through the point 1 and 5. Now the question is asking about this one. So your answer is this right here. It's asking for parallel, I think. So that's the answer. I just do 2 because I give y'all 2 for the price of 1. Give y'all 2 explanations for the price of 1. Because sometimes you're going to be asked parallel, and sometimes you're going to be asked for perpendicular. So let's type that in, and let's see if we got it right. Oh, and those of you that, it's called the Math 109 generic syllabus right there. Last page. That's the page I told everybody to print out and have in your notebook. Right, Mr. Turner? Where'd Mr. Turner go? Did he leave? I offended him. Mr. Turner, where are you?
Can you see me?
Okay, you moved. You were down on the bottom row. Now you moved. There it is, Mr. Turner. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, Mr. Turner. When is the first unit test?
After 2.4.
So when we get to 2.4, you're going to hear me start talking about a test. And when we go over the test in class, I will put the dates on it. It's a miracle. All right. Let's move back to the post page. Get this out of the way. And I think we got one more question to go over if somebody hadn't sent another one. Oh, we got to type this in. Let's go with y is equal to 7 thirds x plus 22 thirds. And you feel good about yourself. Next question, and that's number 15. That took care of 3 of y'all. Let me delete those. And this is 1.46520. Whoa, somebody's been working on some homework. 1.465/20. And here it is. Is it a test question? The scatter plot below shows the ratio of working age population to elderly, blah, 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 blah. Do they appear to fit a linear function? Well, yeah, kinda. Do these projections appear to be made with a linear model? Yes. Do they appear to? No, there's more of a curve there, but you can put a linear model to it. But it's got kind of a curve, so the answer there would be no. Yes, you could make it into a linear by going through there. If the ratio is 7.96, Okay, here is your 2 points. Okay, so I'm going to draw this for y'all. And there's a reason I'm drawing it. So, well, I tell you what. Let's just, I'm not going to draw it. Because it'd be a mess. Because there's a bunch of points. So 1.465/20. They give us 2 points. They give us 7.96 in 2010. And in 2030, they give us 6.3. Now, in the past, I have been a little bit weary of these questions. And I'll tell you why. Because sometimes they tell you that it's years before, but after 2000. And this would be 10 and this would be 30. But this one, I didn't see that in this question. So I'm assuming, since I did not see anything that says, you know, X is the years since 2010 or since 1990 or whatever. I do not see anything that says that. So I'm going to use 2010 and 2030. And that's not going to be an accurate line because the line that I see would be right in here. I don't think this is going to be a very accurate, but I'm doing what they say. All right, so we're going to use those 2 points. And this is x of 1, y sub 1, x of 2, y sub 2. Slope is equal to delta y over delta x. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, parentheses minus parentheses over parentheses minus parentheses. 6.3, 7.96, 2030, 2010. And I don't have any idea, so I'm going to pull up my handy-dandy calculator. Because when you start dealing with decimals, the best thing to do is just pull up the calculator. And if I could ever find my calculator. Oh my Lord. There it is. It'll take 15 minutes to pull up. We'll just wait on it. We got plenty of time. Well, I guess TI's running a little bit slow this morning. Must be them damn Russians. The Russians done hacked TI. There we go. 6.3 minus 7.96. And I can't type worth a flip. It's hard to do with a mouse, period. 1.66. So that's equal to negative 1.66. 30 divided by minus 10 is what? It's going to be 2000 and what? 20? Or yeah, 2020. So we're going to divide that by 2020. It looks like to me it's going to be 3 zeros, negative 0.0008. Negative 0.0008 8217, 8217, 82, I'm sorry. Yeah. 08217, 8217. Wow, it's repeating. So that's what I got. But that's why I don't like this question. I don't think that's going to be the right answer because in the past, these questions have said years since 1990. And I think it's going to pull that same thing. So as you can tell, this is not a good question. But let's see. Annual rate of change is another word for slope. You need to write that down. Type as an integer or decimal. Negative 0.00082178282178. That's what I got. Man, they didn't do that. So let's see what they got. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Yep, that's what they did. They did exactly, and there is nowhere in this question that tells you to do that. Nowhere in the question. Okay, I'm going to show you what they're doing. I knew this. I knew they were going to do this. It's nowhere in the question does it say X equals years since 1990. Okay, so 2010 would be 20 years, right? 10, 2000, yeah, that'd be 20. So it'd be 20, 7.96, and 30, 6.3. Now, you did not know, and I didn't either, because the directions do not say that. But if you do this, you'll come out with the right answer. So, stupid. 6.3 minus 7.96 over 30 minus 20. And that should be, I think, 1.66, negative 1.66 divided by 10, which is negative 0.166. And that's not what they got, did they? I don't know what they did. They got negative point. Well, that's what I got right here. And I used 2030, 2010. So, oh, wait a minute. Is this in thousands? No. I'm looking for, no, it's not in thousands. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish it, and then we'll figure out what they did, because they did something funky. They did something funky right here, because I got 83 right here. Actually, I got 8217. So I've got the number right there, but they're doing something funky with the place value. So let's see what they're doing. Let me go back and find. All right, so M is equal to negative 0.083, and a point, one of the points is 7.96 in 2010, 7.96, comma 2010. And there is your Y minus 2010 equals negative 0.083 times X minus 7.96. And that's the point slope equation. And y minus 2010 is equal to negative 0.083x. And we're going to multiply negative 0.083 times 7.96. That's negative 0.661. And we're going to bring that 2010 over here, plus 2010, and that's 2009. So y is equal to negative 0.083x plus 2009.33932.
Professor,
Yeah, Hubert.
can I get off the call? Because I got to go to Tri-County and make it to my
Yeah.
11:10
That's
class.
fine. I'll just make sure I make a note that you were here.
Okay, do I need to write something
We're-
in there in the chat?
No, yeah, go ahead and make sure you put something in there. And we're going to finish up this. I don't know if I'll get to what 2.1 and 2.2. I'm going to try to get there. So make sure you watch the video later, okay? See how far
Yes,
I got.
sir. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay? Yeah, Mr. Turner. Thank you for having a sense of humor. All right. So that's what I still don't know what they're doing here. I'm going to type this in and see if we got that right. It says use decimals. It doesn't say round. This question is not very detailed. Negative 0.083x plus 2009.34. And it doesn't say anything about rounding. It's very vague. I still don't know how they got that. They did something funny. And of course, we got that wrong. Let's see what they got. 0.083, that's what I got. See, they got 107. They are doing something with those years, and they are not telling us to do it. Okay, they are doing something with that 2010 and 2030, and I think they're doing years since 2000 or years since 1990, but they are doing something with those years, and I don't know what they're doing. So let's look and see right quick. Let me just do you an example. Somewhere they are doing that, and I bet you $1 they're going to say years since 1990 or whatever. And there's the, let's see what their 2 points are. Well, that's what they're doing. They're doing the same thing we did. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe we just did our math wrong.
So they did 2030 minus 2010 and got 20 where we got 2020.
Say again.
They did 2030 minus 2010 and got 20 where we put 2020.
Hold on, let me look, see. Right here, you're talking about right here. That was our points, was it not?
Yes, so they did 2030 minus 2010 and got 20.
And we got 20. Oh, hey, what did I do? I did 2020. Oh my God, I must be crazy. Yeah, 2030 minus 2010 is not 2020, dumbass. There, that would make a whole lot of difference. Thank you, Miss Ray. Thank you for fixing me. That's it right there. I knew something was going on with those years. 2030 minus 2010 is not 2020. 2030 minus 2010 is 20. That's where the 3 zeros came from. So that's my mistake. Sorry. Thank you, Miss Ray, for finding that. All right, so that's where it came from. All right, so not a, I mean, I messed that one up, so I'm sorry. Let's go to the next question. I don't think there's any more questions. All right, that's it. So next, we're going to go into 2.1. So let's look at 2.1. And let's see what they have in 2.1 for us. So 120, 109. Really? Can't open our class now. There we go. And e-text and chapter 2.1. Let's see what it is. I think it's going to be vertical and horizontal shifts and all that, but I want to make sure. Algebraic function, linear equations. Oh, we're still doing more complex. Solution zeros, finding x and y intercepts. Yeah, there we go. X and y intercepts. Linear. I'm looking for nonlinear. I thought we'd be in nonlinear by now. Okay, we're still in solving an equation, so direct variation. Okay, I'll see where they're going with this. Okay. All right, so let's take a couple of examples of the ones that they got at the beginning of 2.1. And here's one example right here. This is how you solve equations. The first equation is 2x minus 3 over 4 equals x over 3 plus 1. And how do you solve that equation? Well, it's a fraction. And I'm going to write in red right here. Whenever you're dealing with a fraction or a rational equation, the first thing you want to do when you're dealing with a rational equation is clear the fraction. That's what you want to do, is clear the fraction. Whenever you're dealing with a rational equation is a 25-cent word for a fraction. The first thing you want to do is multiply both sides by the common denominator. By the common denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 12. I'm going to put a baby step in here for you. And it's not because I think you're babies. I just think that every once in a while it helps to have a baby step. So I'm going to put a 12 over 1 here, a 12 over 1 here, and a 12 over 1 here. Two x minus 3 over 4. X over 3. Now I want you to finish it. Finish it. See what happens. See what happens when you do this. I still don't see, if you've got a class after this class, I still don't see why you're not calling from wherever that class is. In other words, if you've got a class at the Pendleton campus, then you shouldn't be calling me from home. You should be calling me from that. You should go ahead and at whatever time this class starts, you should be at the Pendleton campus calling me from, or I'll call you from there. So that way you don't have to leave the class. I still don't understand why people are leaving this class to go to their next class. But I'm not gonna, oh well. All right, what happens when you multiply through by the common denominator?
They cancel out.
They cancel. So now we have 3 times 2x minus 3 equals 4 times x plus 12. And now you have a regular algebra 1 problem. 6x minus 9 equals 4x plus 12. You always want to keep the variable positive. So I'm going to pull the 4x over here. 2x minus 9 is equal to 12. Bring the 9 across the river. 2x is equal to what? 21. And x is equal to 21 halves. And that is a rational equation. So how do you check it? Well, you would check it by plugging this back in. I'm going to do that for you. So here is the equation. 2x minus 3 over 4 is equal to x plus 3, or x over 3 plus 1. And I'm going to plug in x is equal to 21 halves. So 2 parentheses minus 3 over 4 equals parentheses over 3 plus 1. 21 halves. 21 halves. And the 2's cancel. So that leaves 21 minus 3 over 4. 21 halves over 3 over 1 is 21 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 3. 21 minus 3 is 19 or 18, 18 fourths. 21 times, let's see, that 3 will go in there 7 times. 7 halves plus 1. And we got to get a common denominator of 4. So that's going to be 14 halves plus 4 over 4. So I'm sorry, 14 fourths. So 14 fourths. Yeah, 14 fourths plus 4 over 4 is equal to 18 fourths. So it does check. So that is solving a rational equation. Let's look at another example that they give us. I thought they were going to something else, but evidently they not. Sometimes I get y'all mixed up with 110. Y over 5 minus 1/2 times y over 2 is equal to 7 over 20. Now the reason I'm pulling these out of the book is because these are good test questions. That's why I'm pulling these two, because, so I'm going to multiply with y over 5 minus y over 4 equals 7 over what? 20. And I'm going to multiply through by the common denominator, which is 20. (20 over 1, 20 over 1, 20 over 1. Y over 5, y over 4 equals 7 over 20. And the 5 cancels 4. 4 cancels 5. And those two cancel. 4y minus 5y is equal to 7. And negative y is equal to 7. Y is equal to negative 7. Excuse me. And like I said, we just started 2.1, so we just stop right there. That's the start. I'm not expecting you to finish 2.1. Y'all still need to finish 1.1 through 1.4. Whenever that ends, I don't know. Does it have a date on it? Anybody have a date on 1.4? Okay, I need to put one on it because I know I have some people procrastinating. So, all right. So let me go to the. Let me shut this down, and I'll go to the roll. And I've got.